Hi everyone, I just thought I'd let you in on a little snippet of some of the teaching I've produced around criminal activity on the road network. And it is just a snippet, so prior to this I would have taught around what the strategic road network is, what we mean by the strategic road network and how it is managed, as well as some of the regulations around the strategic road network, the powers that police officers have to stop and seize vehicles before moving on to the topics here. Okay, given this information about the strategic road network and the powers available to the police, we can start to explore how the roads network is used and plays a role in tackling criminal activity. So rather than considering criminal offences within the roads network here, I'm talking about criminal activity that is facilitated by the road network, or criminal activity where the roads are used to achieve such criminal offences. And lots of criminal offences are facilitated by the roads network. And what I mean by that is that those people involved in crime use the roads to assist or help perform those criminal acts. But here are a few that are particularly prevalent on the roads network. So firstly, drug smuggling. To enable the smuggling of drugs, criminals use many transport networks such as air, rail, and particularly use container shipping and boats, light aircraft, but the roads also play a key role. To get into the UK, the roads network are used, and in policing the roads networks in such a way, we can begin to tackle some of the issues around drug smuggling. Wider crime associated with drug trafficking and those involved in drug smuggling often becomes violent and includes the use of firearms and knife crime. Drug traffickers have tended to exploit young and vulnerable people who are used with within drug smuggling operations and doing what might be considered the dirty work within drug smuggling or drug trafficking. And the National Crime Agency work with police forces, Border Force and the Royal Navy and other agencies in an attempt to tackle drug trafficking criminality. And county lines drug use is also problematic, and the gangs associated with that are problematic. And rail and car use is the dominant travel method for county lines drug gangs, but they've also been known to use taxi firms and to also use hire cars booked out by vulnerable people in their names. So many methods of travel for those people involved in such criminality. So similarly to drug smuggling or trafficking, human trafficking involves a transportation process. Only this time the transportation of people rather than drugs. And when in the location they are being smuggled to, those individuals are often subject to slavery, forced labour or exploitation in various forms. And human trafficking and the slavery or exploitation that can follow often also involves children. And when that is the case, children can become victims of sexual exploitation too. And that abuse can be used as a means of controlling those children. And that trafficking may take place both inside and outside of the UK, in terms of people being trafficked into and outside of the UK, as well as within the UK, meaning that the road network is used as a means of facilitating that criminal activity again. And organised crime gangs sometimes use counterfeit goods to make money to fund other forms of criminality. And counterfeit goods are often imported and transported from other countries. China is one of the largest manufacturers of counterfeit goods. But some counterfeit goods are also produced, packaged and delivered both in and around the UK. So again, as well as the wider travel networks, the roads network within the UK is key to the use and facilitation of counterfeit goods. And organised crime gangs link many of these criminal activities because they are involved with or can be involved with or funded by or facilitate those crimes in some way. And the roads also link these criminal activities, so criminals rely on the use of roads networks to ensure these acts of crime can be conducted without being able to travel or to deliver. Many of these criminal activities wouldn't be able to be so big or effective or problematic to the police. So effective policing of the roads can help deter that criminality or intervene with those involved with it. And that's it for this presentation. Do remember to get more information around the topic to ensure that you have a full understanding of those factors that we've considered here, including the strategic road network, regulations that relate to the strategic road network, powers the police have to stop vehicles, powers the police have to seize vehicles, criminal activity facilitated by the road network, such as drug smuggling, counterfeit goods, denying criminals the use of the roads, and effective traffic stops and how we can effectively deny criminals the use of the roads. Thanks for listening.